So yeah, let's just skip the intro and go straight into your lore of finding Minecraft in Hypixel. So go ahead.
Started Minecraft in about 2018 off of my dad's old iPad. I can't remember exactly how I found it, but I do remember I had some very close family friends at the time, and the dad and the daughter, they were both gamers, so I'm pretty sure like my parents heard about it and then kind of passed on to me. I didn't play it too much until 2019, where my friends at school started to play more, so I got back into the game, and I just played a lot of survival with them. During 2020 is when I actually like started to properly like fully play the game. I think this is about the time I got my first laptop, so I kind of went from a stupid old iPad with like, mobile Minecraft controls to like a full laptop. And I remember during lockdown, I would call my friend off of I think WhatsApp or Google Meet or something really stupid. And then he would play on his Xbox and we just played survival. And then
What did you guys
in
do
2021,
in the survival world?
survival, survival, yeah, I think we built a house on a lake in the spruce biome, did mining, traded with villagers. The- This is like before I got like better at the game, so I don't
Yeah.
think we ever made it to the end. I think the first time I beat the game probably would have been with my dad when I played with him we had a world that went on for about a year on Bedrock, so I'd take my laptop downstairs, and he'd play on his PC and we just do whatever is, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, and then because I read the Hunger Games in that kind of that time period as well, and I remember I had someone come over to my house and it was talking about like Minecraft and Hunger Games, and it's like, have you ever played? I can't remember what it's called, but it's on the Hive, and it's kind of just kind of like survival games. It said, yo, you should check this out because you like Minecraft and you like Hunger Games. It's kind of this integrated, and that was my first real like multiplayer experience on Minecraft was through the Hive. So, yeah, whilst I was on there, I kind of looked around the lobby as you do, and I found Treasure Wars as well. I played a couple games of it, but I didn't really focus on it much, and I just played Blitz survival games more for fun.
Mm-hmm.
And then in 2021 is like the kind of the second lockdown period in New Zealand. One of my friends at my new school, he played Minecraft, so I remember we kicked up a world and we lived in a ravine. I think we went to the end and the nether, did all of that. And then that was on Bedrock because I was just playing off Bedrock before. And then he got Java and he would start talking to me about how much better Java was. It's like, oh shit, like I should get this. And it's kind of the same time as well, my YouTube algorithm started to show me more like Treasure Wars and BedWars. And like, because I was the right kind of age, I really just wanted to say. But the first time I ever watched Hypixel was actually from Preston Plays. It was an old live stream from like 2018, and it was like a 4-hour Bedwars session that he did with Wally Bear, who I was also starting to like watch more. And that was like the first time I saw it. I remember in Pacific they versed a player who was sky basing with glass in the sky, and he was fireball spamming all of that. And I saw these fireballs. It's like, yo, this is actually amazing. Like I need to like use these. So I kind of like that with my friend as well. Like I kind of like I need to get Java. I need to like play these games. So eventually in late 2021, I convinced my parents to get Java. So kind of led me on there. And then yeah, I played a lot of Bed Wars. I prestige sometime around April 2022, which like yeah, and I played basically Bed Wars for like a year and a half, almost 2 years maybe. And that's yeah, kind of how I got into Hypixel Duels.
Mm-hmm.
Hypixel in general. Yeah.
What was the appeal behind Hunger Games?
Just I read the books and I loved the books. I think I
Oh,
did the middle book in like 3 or 4 days or something when I was on holiday. So I just really loved the books. So
do you read any other books?
sometimes I'm ashamed to say that the amount I'm reading is slowly decaying, but
That's
still
normal.
try to. Yeah.
What do you like about reading?
It's just stories. It's kind of human nature to be interested in something. Like even if it's not real, you can still find a real interest in it.
Mm-hmm.
It's also good for the vocabulary, all of that. I don't know.
Of course. Do you have any other favorite books?
The Martian. I really love The Martian.
Hmm. What do you think about
By,
audiobooks?
do you know it?
No.
Never really a big audiobook person.
Do you think it's like cheating?
But I don't know. I think it's just harder for me to pick up information if I'm like, I don't know, just never got into it, never really could retain anything if it was read aloud to me like that.
Hmm. So do you like zone out?
Not sure.
Or do you like not comprehend it? Because it's like
Yeah,
background
probably
audio?
zone out a little bit.
Yeah, makes
Yeah,
sense.
probably something like that.
You did mention the fireball stuff, but was there anything else about BedWars that you really liked? That made you
I
hooked?
like that it had the perfect mix of action and like strategy and like thinking. So it wasn't like like for SkyWars Duels, man, I actually really don't like SkyWars. I just find it's like far too far paced. Whereas like BedWars is like it's perfect. Like I have the time to create a bed, go middle, do all of this, and then I can have these fights. And I really like that aspect of it as well. I like
Hmm.
that it was the strategy to the action. It wasn't just like straight up action. So I really did like that. And it was also
Hmm.
just really big at the time. Like you remember 2020, 21 era YouTube. It was all
Yeah.
just yeah. Got really into the Purple, Game Boy 80 and kind of that group. I watched them a lot. So
Hmm.
it's good times.
What's your favorite map
My favorite
for
map.
each mode?
Ooh, solo and doubles had to go to Gelato. I love that map. I don't know why. Gelato or I don't know how to say it's like a kill or something, a quill.
Hmm.
Definitely those two for solo and doubles. Threes and fours haven't played it as much, but probably I like Jurassic. That's the first one that comes to mind. I don't know.
Hmm. Is that it? You can give like a top three if
Yeah.
you want, unless it's
Top
obviously
three
number one biased. Yeah, sure.
for BedWars maps.
Yeah,
Probably number one, like overall or for each mode.
overall.
Number one, Gelato. Number two, a kill. Number three, ooh, there's one map in mind. I think it's Skyrise.
Hmm.
Yeah.
What do you think about ranked bed wars?
I played it a little bit. Uh, I think BedWars isn't a game that is kind of based for that. Like, there's not, I don't know. I feel like the skill ceiling or whatever isn't quite high enough, and I also feel like it's pretty toxic. Like, I mean, my experience there is like playing on 100 elo and like we lost our bed and this guy told us just like our whole team just slit our wrists. Is like this is the easiest queue and then it's like this. It's like it's not really attracting to other players. So it's
Yeah,
yeah.
it's pretty common
Probably
on the
wouldn't
lower
get too much into
levels,
it.
of course.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
I'm
when did
kind
you
of
move
neutral
into
on it.
duels?
It's like
Go ahead.
duels. So it's quite a lot going into duels. A little bit's tied into my guild, which I'll explain later, but basically my guild I just randomly joined. It's um guild master is like a godlike 2 or something in SkyWars, and I had like no idea. Otherwise it would be that friend who kind of made me get Java. Like I remember, because I found the chat logs using a method, and my first ever duels game was November 2021, and he just warped me into this game. So there's a little bit of that, and then my other IRLs, they played a little bit of bridge. So I kind of, you know how it works. You play bridge, you go to the lobby, you see all of these other modes, and you try one of those other modes, and then just yeah. So a lot of that. So my first experience was in like August 2022. That's when I first like consciously played the game. And then I slowly drifted away from Bed Wars, and into duels in late 2022, like kind of December 2022, January 2023. I like got into the game.
What was the appeal behind SkyWars?
Alright, so the appeal of Skywars to me was that it was going contrary to what I said earlier. It was nice, kind of like mindlessly going in for a fight, and then what really appeals to Skywars about me is the maps is really nice compared to other duels, every other duel apart from Bridge, like having different maps, like do change the gameplay. So it wasn't like the same repetitive like go in, click them like 10 times and they're dead kind of thing. It was like there's a lot more to it. The kits as well, I really liked. I kind of had the option to change my playstyle, and my playstyle also adapted to what the other person was changing. You didn't really get that much in other modes, I feel. Whereas like it was nice to like learn the armor pieces and what kits those correlate to, and then change what I do according to that. And then RNG as well. I feel like it was almost at the perfect mix of RNG couldn't completely flip the tide, but it could definitely give you a little bit of an advantage. So it's nice, like I could go in and I could just verse whatever, and I could get whatever. So,
And what was your favorite kit before the nerf?
oh, so this is actually really hard, and in my notes I didn't actually be able to pin down an answer. I have 24,000 wins on Pyro, 6K on Athlete, and about 5K on Magi, so it's like a very clean split, kind of all around. My favorite kit or what kit I went depended on what I wanted, whether I wanted quick wins, a win streak, like consistent wins to losses, win loss, or just like depending on Q itself. So overall, probably Pyromancer because it was tanky, it could do like long-term damage with the fire, and then yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
really enjoyed Magician because the 3 damage pods. I just like blew my mind that I could click right click 3 times and left click once and they were just dead. It was just and damage pods ignore armor as well, so you could like kill a full diamond person in like in 5 seconds kind of thing. So that was really fun.
Mm-hmm. And what do you think about the accidental nerf to the kits?
I have a lot of opinions. I did make a forums post on it kind of a little bit after it went. I think it is genuinely the worst thing I've seen in the game. Like there were things that we needed happening to the game, and this just wasn't it. Like in my opinion, and the opinion of a lot of people, the kids like needed a little bit of toning down, but no one knew what this happened.
Mm-hmm.
So it's affected the game like a lot more than like meets the eye, because it's not just like, oh, my favorite kid isn't as good anymore. Like it completely changes the dynamic of the game. So because in this as well, they didn't nerf the chest loot, so the chest loot was just as good as before. So now, if like before, if you had medium strength kits and medium strength mid loot, the mid loot kind of assisted, whereas now the mid loot is everything in the game. The mid loot that you get from chests is on a different level to what you get in the kits, which means that the basically the only way to win a game now is either heavily out PvP your opponent or just get better luck in the chests.
Mm-hmm.
So it does kind of like what some people actually don't know is that Enderman before the cooldown wasn't there for like a good like 5 months before this changed, but no one picked up on it because the mid chests weren't as important to the game. Whereas with the change, it's like I need as many chests as I can get so I can actually win the game.
Yeah.
And then that as well, like I don't know if how much you've paid attention to the queues, but the queues of the game have gone down. Like before, kind of at 2 p.m. New Zealand, so kind of 7 p.m. Central, that kind of time on a Saturday, there would always be very close to 100 players in SkyWars Duels, and now it just doesn't even reach like 80. Like the game in itself, the queues have gone down, and the community involvement in the game has gone down as well. There's like more on this in the post, of course, which I could get you to link, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's really, really bad.
And was this during when dodging got patched, or was this before the kit thing?
Uh, what?
Your player count,
Uh,
was that thing?
oh, that happened. That was after dodging got patched. That was in April when the SkyWars update came out.
Mm-hmm. So it
Because
was fully because of
Sky was
that
in class.
nerf.
Oh, 100%, yeah. Because Classic and Skywars used to be very similar in player counts. And I checked earlier and Skywars had 15 players and Classic had 50. So that just wasn't like that before.
You did
So,
say some of the kits should be nerfed. Do you want to expand on that?
yeah. Magician, everyone was calling for a nerf for it. I think 2 damage pots, 1 weakness pot, 1 less of each potion would have been good. Maybe nerf its armor as well. Um, Athlete, much to Monkey's dismay, it needed a nerf. So I'd drop from 1 speed 3 pot to from 2 to 1, and I'd also drop the gap from 2 to 1. And then probably the strength duration I changed from 40 seconds to 30 seconds. Pyro as well, I'd halve the potion length and only give them 1 bucket. Scout, I think Scout was like pretty well balanced before, but probably 1 less speed potion.
What do you think about Enderman as a kit?
Enderman as a kit, I think its armor is surprisingly strong. It's
Mm-hmm.
very well-rounded in the way that you have the mobility at the start of the game, you have the mobility throughout the entire game if you save your pearl. You have some of the best set of armor in the game. I haven't like checked it, but it is really tanky. It's slightly worse than armor, the ranked kit right now, which is crazy. Yeah, it never used to be this good. Even, yeah.
Do you think they should remove the kit? Or at least I'd like some delay to the pearl, like 5 seconds or 10 seconds?
It used to be 30 and it didn't cause any problems. I think if they just undid what they did to the ranked kits, it wouldn't be an issue, but maybe chuck on like a 10-second thing. Like you can't use it for the first 10 seconds of the game like it used
Mm-hmm.
to be. I think that would probably be best.
Okay. And how's the community in SkyWars Duels, from your opinion?
The community, in my opinion, is one of the better ones. I haven't really been around in too many other communities, but from what I've heard and stuff, it's one of the better ones. I'd say overall, there's some weirdos with like Nolak, and then you know what he did. He's
Mm-hmm.
out now. We kind of like ejected him. Uh, the worst thing is just young, annoying people, probably. Uh, there's a couple rotten apples, but they kind of all stick together, or they used to be, but the community slowly died out. Uh,
And what did they
there's
do?
now like a Discord server. I don't know. They just kind of harassed people for no reason. I heard one of them was like sending viruses to people, stuff like that. But yeah, no, yeah. I'd say
Mm-hmm.
overall it's really good. Because I started a lot later. I started SkyWars Duels. I kind of got into the community, 2023 kind of time. And they were very welcoming. It was about the time of Luca and Darcy and Mies were racing first ended, so I kind of just like inserted myself somewhere in there, and I was neutral, and I've made friends in the community, and it's been good.
You were
I'd
talking about the
say we're
Discord
quite
too?
welcoming.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
You were talking about the Discord?
Yeah, so it's called Ranked Scouts Duels. It has some rules around it. Basically, no one plays it, but it's active. There's like a hour to 2 hour conversation in there every single day, basically. Yeah, it's really good. We're, there's a community like welcoming to new players. Like, we love having new people in there, like teaching them kits and stuff. So yeah,
What kit do you recommend to new people?
to new people now, I'd recommend Enderman. It's pretty brain dead, to be honest.
Of
All you
course.
do is pyramid, loot 2 chests, and just hit them.
Yeah.
But before the kits, I genuinely used to say, like, I used to give my like top 3 or 4 kits, and I just say, play each of these for like 20 wins each. Whatever you have the most fun on, or the most success on, whatever you care about the most, just play that kit, get good at it, and just keep going. Because the thing
Mm-hmm.
is that you don't have to play the best kits. Like, you can just pick up whatever kit you want, and if you're good at it, or you can use it well, or you can just surprise people with it, it works. So just play whatever you have the most fun on, to be honest.
Okay, solo versus doubles.
Ooh, so I have 30,000 solo wins and 5,000 doubles wins, and I love doubles so much more. Um, I just love just being able to VC with someone. Doubles queues is most of the time really free as well, so it's like just easy, you just chill out, just talk, and you can just get a win slowly over the side. It is slower. I think solo win per hour got up to like 70, 75, kind of around there, higher if you were better or played less precautious, and then solos and then doubles is about 40 to 50, depending on party and queues. Another thing that comes with doubles games, as you probably know, is that they queue a lot less, so it is very hard to find a time to like get up in queue doubles, but
Mm-hmm.
there's kind of like couple opportunities during the week that you can actually get on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I vastly prefer doubles, and I wish it did queue more so I could play it more.
Mhm. So before the nerf, what did you do in doubles in terms of kits?
Every good team or like every like proficient team, one pyromancer, one magician. Because magician, you could get that area damage, then everyone needed pyro for lava, stuff like that.
Mhm.
So I personally used to be I think my last couple teammates though were like magician mains, so I just would play the pyro, which I was also a main in, and we just go and it just worked out. But there's like also just a lot of strategies in doubles. There's one now, I'm not gonna say the kits, but off of spawn you can get a bow, cobwebs, slime, TNT, flint and steel, and you can tower up and you get skybase and you can get infinity on your bow. You can craft another bow, you can put power 3 on them. It's insane stuff that you
Hmm.
can do in
It's pretty
doubles.
cool.
Yeah.
Would you change anything about the duel itself? This could be maps, items, kits, or even
Maps, I
something like
think they've been
KD.
really lazy and haven't given us any maps in the best part of like the entire game's history. We really need new maps. I mean, I've played a decent amount of mini SkyWars and I just think, geez, you could so easily just cut off two of these side islands and just make this a SkyWars Duels map. Like this is not really an excuse to not give us at least 5 new maps in the update, I feel. Um, and then a really good suggestion is making emblems breakable so you can like prevent people skybasing off of those easier. Because right now you can't break them. It's like you can just like tower on one side of the thing, just stay up there. We also
Mm-hmm.
really need a height limit. Because I don't know if you know, but the height limit in SkyWars Duels is the vanilla height limit. Says on Meteor, as an example, you can basically tower up to higher than the bows can reach off of mid. It's like 50 blocks up or something. It's really, really high. So we really need it. I think like 5 blocks off the highest block of mid would probably be a good range to put it at. So yeah, that's what I'd add.
So you just want only mini maps,
The ones that are sensible, I think. But then
no KD.
also, I've, yeah, so the majority of them, but not all of them. And then I think we do need to like actually get rid of some of the current maps because they're like pretty bad. So Rocky, I'm guessing you know what Rocky is, but it's
Yes.
really bad. It's fast, but it's bad for PvP.
Anything
Yeah,
else?
so Rocky, nah, I don't think so. The game is overall pretty good. Just really need the old kits back.
Of course. And what do you personally prefer in terms of maps? Like long maps or short
Mm,
maps?
Uh, I prefer longer maps. So my favorite map is Swamp.
What makes it
Like
fun?
it's open. It's yeah. Makes it fun. The amount of space it has, like I think, but it's like flat space as well, so it is good for like PvP. Whereas you didn't quite get that in every other map. Aesthetic wise, I really like Meteor. If you like look at it top down, it's like art. I don't know.
What do you think
So
about the
yeah,
little thing on spawn to the left? Where you can just like run
uh,
far away pretty much?
I've had some experiences on that thing with bow spamming, rods, block trapping, all of that. I
Mm-hmm.
think it looks amazing, but it's not practical. Doesn't really add anything.
Do you think it should
Just
be removed?
adds some. Yeah, probably.
The entire little layer below spawn?
Yeah, because if you think about all of the SkyWars Duels maps, there's old ranked maps, so you can kind of imagine that with like 4 little islands, you can actually run on that glassing to another person's island. So that's what it's there for, and then it just kind of worked out in SkyWars Duels that they just kept it. So probably could just remove that.
So let's talk about your guild history. Do you want to list all of your guilds and any interesting experiences or stories that you have?
Alright, yeah. So my first guild, I think it's called Floodwood or something. I joined it in 2021 because my friend was in it, and it's like, how did you get this tag next to your name? And he showed me, he said join, and I joined. I left within like a day. And then my next guild was just another random join. I'm pretty sure off BedWars lobby one called Lethal Life, and that had the guild master who got me into SkyWars Duels or helped get me into it. So it was really cool. I was in there for I think a couple of months, and I left. I then joined one called The Damned. It's a high up there in levels, so it was really cool. I think I was in there for 3, 4 months, but I left because they had GXP recs, and I think those are pretty stupid. And when I got into Duels, I just wasn't able to meet it. Then I joined Solar, basically just because I was a huge Lucas Diva fanboy. I loved him. He was like the GOAT. Still is. So I joined it for him. I kind of left because it wasn't as alive as I thought it would be. Uh, and then were you there when Free Ink was a thing? Ink Free, whatever.
Yes.
Yes, I was in there for a little bit. I kind of like barely scraped through a win requirement. I sat in there. I met a lot of really cool people in there. And then it did unfortunately get nuked. So I joined Idol because it's just where my friends from Ink Free went. And I stayed there for a little bit, and then I ended up leaving. I can't remember why. And then I took a break from the game as well because I hit Godlike in Idol, and then I left shortly after that. So I kind of owned my own guild for 4 or 5 months. I think we only got to like level 24 or something. It was full of nons. It was pretty good though. And then I left when I got back into the game. And I joined back into solo again because that was where my new friends were. And that was in the winter break 2023-2024 period, and probably the best time I've ever had in the game. I was in a really strong friend group with Monkeys, Vault Eon ZZ, Microset, and Poke95, and we would just talk a lot. Really got me into the game. And then it kind of like became less active. Like people, they went back to school. So we moved to Wukong. You familiar with that? Of
Of
course.
course.
And then we were there from, I'm gonna estimate March 2024 until dodging got removed. And I actually really liked Wukong. I know it's not exactly the most loved guild ever, but I enjoyed my time there.
Why?
I had Celestial was in there as well, so yeah.
What made Wukong fun
And
for
then
you?
of course friends guild tag. I mean Shannon was always nice to me, so he was online a lot. I was about this kind of the time he was going for no debuff godlike, so he was literally online like a lot. So I just talked to him and the rest of the guild, and it was good, really good time. And then Lilith got patched, and then died very very quickly, like within 2 days. There was hardly anyone on. So I left and I joined Rod because I had a friend called Bloodflows in there. And I was getting closer with him, so I joined there. I was in there for a little bit, and I just got bored. I don't really know why, but I joined Wound for a month, and they were good. But then I joined Rod back 3 4 months ago, and I've just stayed in there since. It's been really good.
Why did you rejoin?
Just talk to Jack.
Really?
Yeah. I had friends in there already, so they kind of vouched for me, and I've been in there for 3 4 months now, and I really like it there. So I'm definitely gonna stay there for the foreseeable future.
Is that your favorite guild of all time?
Favorite guild of all time? Solar 2023-2024. I don't know why, it's just something about there.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, probably Rod. It's just being consistent. It's a great community. Everyone's nice in there. It's nice just sometimes in guild chat, people are just doing insane dailies. Like Bloodflows has a record in 2 different modes. Navi's done 3.5k dailies a couple times. It's just active and everyone's nice.
Okay, makes sense. So why did you get Classic and Blitz Godlike?
Alright, so I'm gonna be honest, I'm weird. So in the Emerald menu, I don't know, in the Duels lobby, it shows you your top 4 favorite titles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so when I got Godlike in SkyWars and got it overall at the same time, I was Legend in Blitz and Classic. Classic was just from playing it because it was quick, and Blitz was because I wanted the color because I didn't have any colors that were good because SkyWars Duels colors ass in my opinion. So I got that. Um, and then when I hit overall Godlike and I had the Godlike and and Legend split, I thought it was really ugly and it hurt my eyes honestly. And so I just got Blitz Grandmaster because I had a nicer icon. And then and then I got Classic Godlike, Classic Grandmaster for the thing. And then Blitz Godlike happened because Monk spun the wheel and got Blitz Ascended. I felt really bad for him, so I got Blitz Godlike in his name. Only reason why, no other reason. And then Classic, again, the split, because I had Skywars and overall Celestial then, so I wanted the split of like 2 Celestial titles, 2 Godlike titles. So I got classic Godlike. And it's also just good because like when I want quick overall wins, SkyWars wasn't always the quickest. So I just would hop in classic queue for a little bit and just go up, I guess.
What do you think about Blitz and Classic as a mode?
Blitz is flawed. I've referred to it as Bodles with blocks and a stone sword many times. I think there does need to be some serious work in there surrounding bows, but I like it. It's like SkyWars Duels without a void for me, kind of. I played Milkman before the nerf. I think I was number one Milkman for a little bit, and I just really liked that. Especially, like, I basically only played that kit. I actually liked it because it had high damage, it had healing, and I also, like, learned me to, it also taught me to be more careful of dropping as well. So that was really good. Uh, Classic as a mode, I think it's okay. I think the border kills it a little bit because you just get S held and just S held into the border, I guess. But overall, I think they're both alright. I don't really want to play Blitz right now because there's just so many archers and phoenixes and stuff. I just don't want to deal with that.
Well, let's move on to
Yeah,
dodging.
they're good.
Unless you want to say something quickly.
Dodging, cool. No. So I did use Lilith. I started at around 14k overall wins. I had a shit win loss. I wanted to get it up because people just make fun of it. So I got it and I used it. I didn't abuse it like everyone did. I would just dodge, whatever 9 win loss and Q, I'd just re-Q against them. I wouldn't dodge the freaking 1.5 win losses. That was a little bit cringe. Slowed down wins overall. I kind of used it towards the end of its lifetime. In SkyWars Duels and Blitz mainly. What I did, I call sanity dodging. I dodged for my sanity. I dodged basically every single archer, all of that. But it was nice because it meant that I didn't ever have to queue a cheetah, a skybase, or a bow spam, and S-hold or any of that. I just didn't have to deal with that. So that was really, really nice. I do think it was misused heavily by the community. I mean, Shane was always nice to me, but I'm gonna call out on him there and say his stats are a little bit cringe, to be honest.
Of course.
Like it's just not natural, man. Like you should not have a 120 win loss overall, just not how it should be. Um, yeah, I definitely think it was good. I getting more mixed around it though, just because of how badly people did misuse it. Uh, I would like to see it back. I think it would just be nice to not have to deal with every cringe person in queue, but I do understand why people didn't like it in the game though.
Did it ruin the
Yeah,
queue for
I
you?
did it really ruin the queue for me because my stats were so shit that no one really wanted to dodge me, which I guess did also make me better at the game, but it was also, yeah. The queues, I remember in 2024 early, there was a Nick in queue for like a month and a half. And with this friend group, we'd all just be complaining about this Nick because he would use the auto dodge feature, and then he would also use auto. So he would just like lock you in queues for like minutes at a time. I think he did it for like a 12 win loss as well, which is pretty cringe.
Of
Um,
course.
but yeah, it was just it never really ruined the queues for me. Like, but for some people, for sure, it did ruin the queues. Like my friend, I remember in UHC, would just get dodged a lot. So
Would you
yeah, I
play
think it did have
Blitz
a little.
if you're dodging?
Oh, I dodged like to Blitz Godlike, and I haven't touched it since it got patched.
So that's a yes.
Yeah, 100%.
Would you play anything else?
I didn't game wise or like mode wise.
I guess anything.
Anything. I started to get a little bit back into BedWars. Otherwise, probably it's Brawl Stars.
Hmm.
I don't know if you're familiar with the game.
Of course. I just meant with dodging. Like if only
Oh
you had
shit.
Lilith, would you main anything else? Or at least play something else? Like Bed Wars, Wool Wars, stuff like that?
Ooh. If I was the only one who had it,
Yeah.
I'd probably play like Boast Beef or like Parkour Duels, something something like that. I regret not getting like a decent win streak. Like my best is 178 overall, so I just really like to get that back. Probably do whatever the easiest mode was. I don't think I would change Because I never dodged in BedWars. I thought it's like, why would I dodge in a game that's like not meant to be taken seriously? So
Hmm.
yeah, probably wouldn't touch BedWars.
Yeah, but Jules has the competitive tag, so it's okay if you auto dodge 0.1 win loss ratios in both believe. It's needed.
Yeah,
It's required.
yeah,
Why would you play parkour?
yeah. I don't know. It's like I like it because it's basically impossible to lose unless your Wi-Fi goes out.
Hmm.
That's yeah. I don't know. It's also like fun. It's like a little bit more relaxing, and you can like learn it well, just do well. I also really like the purple color in it, so I've been like kind of considering going for it for a while, but
What about
never made any
TNT?
plans to do so. TNT, I got color in it. I really like the red color. And I just think that titles look cool in it, like TNT. I don't know.
Of course. Well, let's move on to high MS. So, how do you deal
Yeah,
with your ping? Any tips and
I mean,
tricks?
Sky tips and tricks. Stay away from UHC duels. It's your worst nightmare. The buckets are terrible in it. Uh, Even on, even worse on high ping. You get so many ghosts. You get stuck in them. It's terrible. Rod PvP. It took me a while to learn how to use it well, but I think I'm like almost there. You kind of just become a unit and you can just win most trades. So it's pretty good. Uh, Obviously I played SkyWars, so I always had a win factor, like lava or potions or something dumb like that. I think anything above 250, I tend to struggle with a lot. Like I'm good on 200, and then the moment it goes higher, like I really do start to notice that my hits are taking a while to get there. But my usual 200, I I've learned it. Probably just practice on it, do MMC or something, try replicate your ping there, log on to EU if you're NA or something like that to try to get there. And you can just kind of learn it.
Hmm.
It is quite hard sometimes though. Like if you're on 1 HP and you both jump in at each other, you do naturally kind of lose that just because your hits take longer to register. So you do just kind of need to be wary of stuff like that. What I've started to pick up on recently is that I'm crazy in bridge because I don't move for ages. Like I win basically every single bridge fight I take. Like if there's no bows involved, then I just always
Yeah.
win that. But you do learn it over time. I think lower ping would be better to have just because it's a little bit quicker, but I don't think personally to me it would make much of a difference, but I know like classic mains would absolutely die if they had to play anything above 150. Yeah.
Have you had any false bans yet for ping?
I've ma I've managed to stay. I don't know how because sometimes I'm confused at what's happening on my screen and how I haven't taken KB, but no false bans, only
Hmm.
mutes. Oh,
How nice.
normal mutes. I deserve all of them. Yeah.
Well, let's move on to the update. What do you think about the new modes and the Odyssey thing? We got a reward for every title or division.
I think it's cool. The new modes, Quake, I feel like it's because Quake's been around since like 2013, 2014, something like that, right? So you're just gonna be versing people who have played the game for 10 years. So that's gonna be really hard to get into. I think as a new Quake player, it could be nearly impossible to actually get into the game, which I hope they kind of do find a way around that. And then someone will probably make an aim assist bot or something, or there's gonna be a lot of ESP, just kind of stuff like that in Quake. So I'm kind of uncertain around what's gonna happen in Quake, for me at least. I think it is good to have it though, because it does give light and another option to the Quake community. Spleef Duels, knowing Hypixel, they could do literally anything with it. Like, they might add 3 layers, they might add double jumps, they might do a best of 3, they might do something really stupid. I think play Spleef is just a classic mode that if it's added how it should be, it'll be really good. I do know that Suzu and Helix had a bet as to who could get Divine first. I don't know if that's still up and going, but I think Q's could be played with that for a little bit. But Spleef is the mode I'm like most excited for though, because I think Hypixel will give us some good rewards at least. Uh, BedWars. Oh my god, BedWars is gonna be either really good or really bad. Um, I expect it to be like the place where ranked BedWars players go to burn off some sweat or something like that, warm up, so it could be really sweaty with that. I'm concerned that the games are going to take really long. I mean, Bedfight itself on MMC, that's not a quick mode. Each win is 30 to 40 seconds, and I can't see it being much better on Hypixel. I'm personally hoping with BedWars that they don't add a shop, because I think it'll just take it like a step too far and really make it like a BedWars 1v1 instead of like a BedWars duel, if you know what I mean.
Hmm. So it should be
I also think
tools.
yeah, I think it should be more geared towards the duels, how it's like it's very basic, it's very base Bed Wars kind of. Probably bed fight with a twist is what I think Hypixel's gonna do. Uh, and also the update with Bed Wars duels, especially as well as new players. I'm excited. Over time, we will get nons and just general players into the duels community. Just because someone will play Bed Wars, they'll see their rewards, they'll see rewards in other modes, they'll play those ones. Just kind of how that happens. So yeah, it could be very fun. But overall, I think the update from a game mode perspective is going to be pretty good. Uh, Rewards with like Duels Odyssey, I think they should try to do something where like the rewards you get in a like from a mode are tailored towards the mode. So I do really like in the Jack's proposal how they had like the leggings. I think that's a really good idea. You could add like different ones separately to each mode, like have a different color in sumo from bow sleeve, stuff like that.
Hmm.
But otherwise, yeah. Like boxing, I saw an idea somewhere, I can't remember by who, and it was like in boxing, it'd be like the fish or the sword would change with each title, so I think that could be cool. But I think they have a lot of options to do stuff. But
What would you want in an ideal
I think
update?
it's an ideal update to me would be 3 new modes. They'd add an icon to every single mode. They'd add as many colors as they can, like the 2.5k reward. And then they'd add gradients like they have in SkyWars. I would like them in Celestial in each mode, because I think in a lot of modes, Celestial is the perfect mix of being a grind, but not like you're spending like 1,000 hours to get it kind of thing. It's like, it's rare, but it's not too rare kind of thing. So just be
Hmm.
like that, and it's like a gradient thing, and you can add it to any title in the game. It's like I can use my SkyWars gradient on my combo title, something like that. And it's like it shows that you have this many wins in that mode, and you can pair with an icon. And then the rainbow gradient would be overall divine, not celestial.
Hmm.
Someone suggested adding a way to change the color of your title and your prefix separately, so I'd love to see that as well. Definitely as an overall award, probably 50, 60, or 70k. Yeah,
What do you think about like
but I
rewards
think
for 100k?
100k rewards are a rainbow scheme. And then an ability to create your own gradient. I think both of those would be good.
Don't you think it'll be a
But
little
the
messy in chat?
yeah, but I think they have the same kind of thing in SkyWars and BedWars, and it's not too much of a mess. But
Yeah, but
yeah,
it's kind of tiny,
I'm probably chucking. Yeah, I am probably chucking a lot out there though.
of course.
I just think they just need to listen to the community. That's all they need to do.
Of course. I mean, they can literally
It's
just
a very
ask. That's what Nitro used to do.
yeah, yeah, and it worked. I
Of
like
course.
that Motor is at least active on forums. Like he's liked my post on SkyWars Duels, and he's liked a bunch of other ones. So. They are definitely listening to the community. Just how much they listen to that's a question.
What do you think about Godlike X as a legacy title?
I think that'd be really complicated for new players. Like if they saw a Godlike 3, a Celestial 2, and a Godlike X in chat, I think they'd just be lost. Like I know for certain if I saw a Godlike X in chat, like alongside Godlike 3 Celestials, I'd have no clue what was happening.
Hmm.
But I think it's a nice idea, but I think it's hard to add.
Well, I guess that's it for the podcast. Thanks for
Yeah.
joining.
Yeah, so I think that's 15 minutes. So yeah, thanks for having me on.